Somebody I know said they wanted to kill themselves, and their therapist said, why didn't you do it? Which is why today we're playing 1.6 Berserky Worky Cycle, and I think the Vines is so OP that we should be able to win with this. Just chipping them down, you know, one Fire Spirit. Oh, by the way, we're also at 15,000 trophies. I didn't realize we made it there yesterday, and I actually love Hogwarts. Like, this arena, man, is fucking nice. With the ice flowing down on the left, the flames on the right. It looks nice on my iPad, I can't lie. And, fuck yeah, life is good. So basically the plan against Pi over here is we're chipping him down. All right, he's not going to be paying attention to every little bit of chip that I can get on the tower. So that was a bad E-Spirit. I was going to try and get some chain damage on the tower there, but we're going to have to lock in today because I'm going to try my best to defend with cheap nonsense. So we're going to have to go with Vines here. And something that's kind of underrated is the fact that Vines and Evo Skeletons is an absolutely nasty combo for defense. I'm already this quickly got my Evos in hand, and that is fucking disgusting. They're cheap Evos, but they still can be pretty fucking broken on defense. And so we're going to go for a little cheeky chip, maybe 1 bat hit, 2 bat hits, okay. And we'll just go for, you know what, we'll go for this just to tank the Musketeer a little bit and then Evo Skeletons. Last thing I want is them all to just die immediately and then I have to spend a shit ton of elixir. So play it safe. And then you know what? I'm going to try and predict something with the Vines here and see, okay, at least we bait out arrows on a 1 elixir card. The Vines gets chip damage as well. I just feel like we have a lot of broken defensive options. So that's a chip on the tower. Even going Berserky at the bridge is just enough chip. The fuck? I didn't even realize there's like floating books going on. Yeah, this is definitely a generational arena. I'm not sure which season this is from, but my god, do I like it. Oh, fuck. All right, let's go with this. And then the Vines is really what we got to make use of here. So let's go for the Vines with the Skeletons here just to make sure that dies. And beautiful. We're going to be able to take that out. We're winning on chip damage. And I hope the Skeletons... Okay, the bat got a hit there. Fire Spirit is a... What? Okay, we're going to go for Bats and Ice Spirit to cycle to the Evo. Go for that considering he played the minions there. And they did not chain the minions. So he is going to get death damage. It's not the end of the world. Let's play a Berserky in the back. And then go for a Fire Spirit at the bridge to get some chip damage. Cycle Skeletons in the back. Go with Bats in the back. And I was thinking about yesterday's video, by the way. While we're getting into this. Okay, he does go for that. Let's go for the Evo Ice Spirit to try and kill that. And he seems pretty like overcommittal on defending this lane. So I'm going to start going for cheeky pushes in the left. And he's going to go Barbs in the back, so he's definitely building up a balloon push, which is not good. At least he had to go for the Musketeer in a weird position there, and we get the chip damage there. He might go for it on the left, I can't lie, so we got to get ready. So let's go with this, this, and this, and then let's go for... What the... Okay, look at the Skeletons absolutely annihilate. He does have arrows, but he can't get them down quick enough because he spent a fuck ton of elixir. And let's pressure in both lanes here. And with the Evo Ice Spirit, we're going to be able to counter that. Let's see. He doesn't have arrows, so I'm going to go for a Vines. We hit the minions. That's quite clutch. And we can counter this pretty cheap, so we're looking good. And now keep in mind, this is 15,000 trophies, so it's not exactly top 200, but it's the highest trophies in the game. So... Alright, he's got Evo Musk, which is not fantastic. So let's go Berserky, and then let's go Bats to tank the other hits. And he's going to go all in here because he's starting to get frustrated that he can't get through the cycle bullshit. So let's try and... Alright, that's perfect. So now that we have baited his arrows, we go for the Evo Skeletons. We might not have even needed the Vines there. Oh, Evo Skeletons. Almost went crazy. Alright, let's go for this. Let's go for a Fire Spirit in the other lane to put some pressure on. And then let's use this as an opportunity to go Bats. Alright, he does go Prince, but we do get a connection there. And then let's go for Skeletons to counter that. And I'm just going to continue kind of pulling this around. And you know what? I'm going to go with this and this so that we can try and Berserky that down. And that was a prediction he just did for like a Swarm card to kill that because that's what I've been doing. And he overspends there. Could have gone Vines with the Berserky, but he spent a ton of elixir there and he used his arrows. So let's go like this and see if we can get some chip damage. And we're going to cycle our Evos. Berserky's going absolutely nuts. Evo Skeletons are going to connect to the tower, and that's going to be GG for the first game. But I was thinking about something I said yesterday, where I was kind of talking about pursuing your dreams and, like, I don't know, your ambitions and stuff. And I was talking about it in a very intense way, full throttle way. I feel like you do have to be obsessive to achieve things that are quite high, like a lot of people want to achieve or are hard to achieve and whatnot. But you know what? There is a famous Muhammad Ali quote where it's like, I hated every second of training, but I wanted to be the champion, or something like that. Something along lines of that. I knew it would be worth it when I'm champ. But at the end of the day, you know, you can have that mentality. It depends on how badly you want something. Or you can, there's always the option just, if you're happy and you enjoy your life, like, it doesn't, I mean, at the end of the day, when you're dead, okay, fuck, I missed the vines there on the Hog Rider. If you enjoyed your life and you're happy, that's all that actually matters. So just thought I'd throw that out there. And okay, this is going to be an interesting matchup because he has Berserk, because he has Dagger Duchess. Oof, I was hoping one bat could survive to get us a ton of chip damage. That's okay, to be fair, especially considering it went with that. So I'm going to go for a Fire Spirit to kind of splash all that. And then I think this is going to be quite a valuable Ice Spirit evolution. So we'll go with that. Then we'll go with this. That's okay. We've got to be careful here. We just got to make sure we play the right card. So let's go for this, and then let's pull this further. And this is the benefit of the cycle cards. You can always kind of crumb your way out of a situation because you have such cheap answers. I've been playing a heavy golem deck on ladder, and it's like every decision has to be pivotal for the game. But with this, whilst you can make mistakes, oh, we're not in a good position here, chat. That is an annoying card. So I'm not wanting to take damage from that. So let's go for skeletons to tank that. And then let's go for a fight. Okay, let's go like this, and let's counter this with the vines and the berserky. And we should be Bing chilling. Go for this to counter that. And he's going to go with that. So let's try and get some sneaky bats in here to try and get some DPS before that Fire Spirit spawns. And the Ice Spirit's going to reset that, forcing out an overcommitment with the arrows. I could activate King Tower, but I'm not going to risk it. Instead, I'm just going to go for vines here. And despite the jump, we should be able to counter that. Nice. All right. It's not good with the Dagger Duchess because every cycle card just gets eliminated pretty quickly. So I'm going to play an Ice Golem on the bridge on the left to try and tank the daggers. And then go for some late bats once he... okay, that's not too bad. And we need an Ice Golem for the wizard. So let's go for an Ice Golem now. And that's going to be able to counter that. I'm trying to make like use of all my cycle cards effectively. Let's go for this to not take too much damage. And then let's go for a Berserky on the furnace. Could have waited a second, but it's all good. Now, okay, we're going to have to go with this. Don't want to take damage from that barb. So we're going to kite that and see if we can be A-okay here. All right, let's go for vines here. That's going to be value with the Evo Skeletons. I'm pretty sure he just used a spell, so we're going to be able to get a ton of value there. Then let's pressure. The wizard's going to be a ton of value without the vines there to freeze it. So hopefully Berserky can do something. It's not ideal with the mini P.E.K.K.A. But let's cycle to our Evos. Let's go for a Berserky to get a positive trade there. Then let's play another Ice Golem and pressure with bats now that the wizard's out of hand. I'm thinking one of the ways we could try and outplay later in this game is by getting the vines on the wizard. So let's go Berserky in the back here. Let's go for this to tank the wave. And then let's go for this. And an Evo Ice Spirit to make it last a little bit longer. Okay, alright. Let's go for this to tank for the Berserky so it becomes a menace. And then let's go for a Fire Spirit. Let's go for bats. He might go for a wizard, so let's go... Okay, he went for barbs instead. That's fine. We get some chip damage either way. And let's cycle this. Alright, so we'll go with this for the spirits. I mean, yeah, the Fire Spirits there. Go for this, and hopefully we can get vines off to counter this with the Evo Skeletons. Try and get a little counter push here. Vines is broken! Yes, we don't take any damage. Alright, this is going to have to be a generational clutch up. I'm hoping he can fumble in the last few seconds here and triple elixir. But triple elixir is not going to be fun to defend this. Alright, let's go with this and this. And then let's go for a cheeky... Oh, he's playing so defensively, which is so annoying. Let's go for skeletons. I just need him to make one little mistake. Let's go for this. And let's... Oh, I can't really push into either lane. They're both cunty cards blocking up the lane. Alright, let's go for this. And then let's go for some vines here. And then let's go for a Berserky and see what we can make happen. Let's go for a... Oh, he might go for something predictively. We're going to go for Evo Skeletons here. And he will go for that. Oh, no, chat. No, I was having so much fun. Oh, no. Okay, and that's going to be GG. I mean, to be fair, like, that guy played like a fucking cunt, man. Like, he blocked the lanes with Evo Wizard and Evo... and Furnace. And that was pretty hard for me to play against, I'm not gonna lie. Not only that, he had Dagger Duchess, so I couldn't pressure with like spirits. It was like actually probably one of the worst things I could have faced, because the cards are splash damage, which means it's hard to pressure. He just clogged up either lane. I could have played better, but he clogged up either lane, which was no bueno. And then the Dagger Duchess didn't let me pressure either. So I could have played better. I think I should have activated King Tower against the Mega Knight and single elixir. But you know what? We're just going to move on against Mustafa in this next game right now. And this time, after that crushing defeat, I'm not taking anything for granted. I'm taking every little chip, because we're playing a very memey deck right now. So we need to be fucking dialed in to level 1000 right now. So let's go for an Ice Golem. Let's go for Skeletons to make sure we counter that. And I'm pretty sure because that's under-leveled, the Ice Spirit will not die, and we can be able to counter that. Okay, he does get a hit. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go for Vines here, because that thing will get too much value. Go with Bats to counter that. Go for a little East Spirit as well to counter push. And because I have my Evo Skeletons and Vines, I'm not too worried about any counter push. That combo is nasty. I could go for my Evo Skeletons right away, but I think I want to see kind of what's coming with this. So let's just go for an Ice Golem Kite. It's going to be kind of like a locked in way to rely on that to defend. There we go. So now we go for the Evo Skeletons, because we know that's going to counter that, and that's going to be perfect. We got a lot of Swarm cards. And you know what? Let's go pressure over here. Oh my god, the Royal Ghost is tweaking. We're going to go for Vines right now? Come on. All right, that's fine, because look at the other lane. He had to spend too much elixir over there, and so we're going to get a shit ton of damage. Go with Bats there. Berserky doesn't need to be countered, and that's the sort of shit we should have done in the other game. But we had to activate King. Like, if we got a massive positive trade, activating King, making defense way easier for the whole game against Mega Knight last game, then I would have been able to pressure as well. Like, it would have been better on two fronts. So let's go for Skeletons, and that Mother Witch is going to be threatening. So then, Vines, please. What? How the fuck? All right, that was unfortunate. It was also unfortunate how the Barb sniped my Evo Spirit there. So we are going to take a little bit of chip damage, but we're going to pressure with a simple Fire Spirit on the bridge, which he's definitely not going to want to tank, which is nice, because then we can just go for Bats on top of this. Actually, you know what? We'll go Berserky, so we can avoid the tower damage. And we kind of have to try our best to stop him building up the biggest push of all time. So let's go with this. And then let's go with Bats forcing out an Ewiz. And then, ooh, okay, he did go with the Ewiz. So let's go with this and this. And we're going to try our best to counter this fucking gargantuan push he's got going here. So let's try our best. Let's go with this. Let's go for the Evo Skeletons. And it looks like we're going to be able to do it. Yes, we're going to be able to counter that very nicely. Thank heavens. And then let's go for a Berserky here. Oh, fuck me in the ass. All right, let's go. Oh my god, wait. He played the Ewiz there. Let's cycle this in the back. He does have to answer the Berserky. So let's do this, and hopefully we can... Okay, that's fine. And once that hits something, the Bats will go for it. Nice. Now, he's not letting me get that tower, so I'm going to pressure over here. And he's probably going to go for his Ewiz. Oh, he's going to go for his Mother Witch. Shit! Let's go for Vines here. And let's go for a cheeky Fire Spirit in the other lane, because that's going to be a lot of damage if he ignores it. Go for Berserky. There we go. Force that out. So let's go for an awkward play here. Let's go for Vines. Let's go for this to counter the Barbs. And then let's go for another Berserky. Terrible P.E.K.K.A. We can get some early bat chip damage against that before kiting. Now let's go for a sneaky kite. And holy smokes, he's going to go Ewiz surely. And Mustafa is out of his depth. And that's going to be a GG, baby. And honestly, it's going to be a short one today, chat. Today has been a very good day. But Kenny Wenny, he doesn't have all the time in the world. So I'll be back tomorrow in Hogwarts.